Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome along once again to F1 TS Hub Season 12 for Round 2 at the Bahrain Grand Prix. We saw a dominant performance from VSR Blizzard last time out. Let's see what the deserts of Bahrain brings. Joining me, as always, in the Prestige commentary box alongside me is, of course, Alex. How are we tonight?
I'm very good. I was out there earlier on the circuit, scored a P10. Disappointing night for me. Qualified 7th, and hopefully it was a close race then. Can we get a close race now? Hopefully so. Blizzard, can he get that win again? There's going to be the big question on everyone's mind. Obviously, we're only missing one driver tonight, that being Beast House, so a 19-driver grid. Looks like we're set for some great action tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it. A few drivers out on the medium compound tyres already, which we saw a lot of, actually, in Australia. Plenty of going out and kind of warming those tyres up. But, yeah, a few medium runners, a lot of super soft runners. Let's see what they can do. I'm riding on board with VSR Josh now for a lap around the Sakhir circuit. He's on the medium tyres. It won't be particularly quick, but it'll give us a good sense of this lap into turn 1. This is kind of the S section. Very easy to lose the back end right here, which Josh almost does. And running up to turn number... This would be technically turn number 4. Easy to run wide through here. Got to keep it tight. Easy on the power on the way out and through this wonderful S section here, which is really, really nice if you get it right. He gets it turned in. And on his way down towards the hairpin. And into probably one of the toughest corners of the circuit here. It's off camber. It's downhill. If you get it wrong, you're going into the barriers, onto the brakes. Getting it turned in. Almost first gear. Second DRS section here now. As we run down to this next corner. Almost coming up to the end of Sector 2 now. Chucking into this left-hander. Deceivingly tough to get right. It rises up a hill and falls away from you. Easy to run wide. Odems goes quickest there. And up towards Sector 2. Split then into Sector 3. Also a deceivingly tight corner there. Late apex. Then down towards the last corner. A very nice lap by VSR Josh here. Let's see where he can put himself on those mediums. Hopefully he can get himself well up the grid. Starting on the harder compound, the further up you are, is of course a benefit. So here he comes. DRS will pop open on the Sauber. He runs the line, and it is going to be a 127.8. He is on the mediums though, so we'll expect a little bit more.
Yeah, really good lap there. As you were saying, that downhill corner in Sector 2, I can't remember the corner number, you probably know it off by heart, but me, sorry, not my knowledge. But that caught so many people out in the podium tier when I was racing. It is literally, you get it right or you don't. And also, if your tyres are off, you have to take that corner with even more caution. So many cars can lose time on there. So I think VSR just did a good job on those medium tyres, but I think we're going to see him out again on the super soft later on in the session.
Yeah, just going off the knowledge in my head, I think it's turn 9. I think, just going through the corners in my head, it's something like that. So now, it is super close up front, I can tell you that. Julian, 0.04 of a second off of VSR Blizzard's time, as you can see right there. So it's I think it's going to be a little bit closer than Australia, where I think Blizzard took pole by about half a second, which is a bit ridiculous. So we should be in for a better spectacle here today.
Yeah, but Blizzard, he's still in that lead, and that's going to keep him feeling positive. Julian, though, knows he can attack Blizzard. He knows that Blizzard may have a weakness around here, around the circuit. I mean, the Alfa Romeo Saubers did a really good job in the first race. It was kind of their race. Can we kind of see a fight for the constructors, though? This is really where we're going to see the teams really mesh and who's the top drivers. This is where that kind of starts. The first Grand Prix out the way, so hopefully we can get a constructors fight. But so far, though, I wouldn't say VSR Josh should be too disheartened with his time. Only a second off on that medium tyre.
No, he was actually saying to me that he was like he felt really kind of positive that he was able to keep up with all these top guys, you know, Blizzard and Odems and all the really quick guys. So he's very happy that he's got the ability to do that. So otherwise, let's see who else.
Julian at the minute. And I don't know whether he's actually going to put on a lap here, because he seems like he's not pushing anymore, but he was during that really difficult corner. I think it's just turn 9, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's coming
so
into
he was
the
really pushing. He's coming into the bit. So first round of times done. We still haven't seen times from Louis downwards. So Louis, the Trex, James Slater, Jesse, Bookster, and Sayuza. yet set times. How will they factor into the session? We don't know. So far, though, impressive times around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, when we talk about Lewis, he took the race win on track last time with a pretty late move in the dying laps. But of course, penalties kind of ruined his chances there, so he'll be looking to kind of bounce back a little bit. But it is kind of heartening to know that he has got the pace to potentially challenge.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on his lap, but he's off the pace, it seems. I think that is him on the 1:30. Clearly not a fast lap by him. He'll be back with more pace. But I think, Louis, did he get third in the end in Australia?
Yes, he got a podium, and yeah, he got third.
So, that's still a good result, but he knows he could be a dark horse here today, I feel. He knows he can beat Blizzard on circuit, but he needs to get a good qualifying in as well. Keep the race clean. That is probably his biggest goal. If he could keep that race clean, though, I don't see why he couldn't be a championship contender.
Yeah, absolutely. Head on. So, again, we're in a little bit of a lull in qualifying now as the 10-minute mark. We're going to see guys out on fresh boots going for another quick lap.
Yep, there's 3 people on the medium tyres, Josh, Noak and Elku, and they've all set a time relatively close to one another. They're all 12th, 13th, no, 11th, 12th and 13th.
Yeah, Elku...
What do you think the pit strategy is going to be for this race? Do you know the drivers going to go for?
I think it's going to be a fairly easy one-stop, super soft to medium. A few guys will probably maybe... I haven't seen anybody come out on the softs, interestingly, so maybe we might see that tyre make an appearance as well. Elkum's come back out on the supers, so now we've actually had four guys set their time on the mediums. That is Sayuza, Noek, Josh, and Tom. Tom's come back out on supers. Josh also has done the same. So the only guy really out on track on the mediums currently is Sayuza.
Yeah, interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah, so Odem's on a lap.
It's at this stage in qualifying, you never really know. For me personally, I only do 2 runs in qualifying. I always go on the softest compound twice. But some drivers like to do something different, and I think the different driving styles mesh quite well around the circuit. And any tyre, because this track, increases the tyre degradation quite a bit. You've got to be very careful on those super soft tyres in qualifying to not make very many mistakes if you are going to start on those set of tyres.
Yeah, they've also got to be thinking about that as they run through their lap. I'm just on board with Odems as he's on his lap right now, looking nice and neat and tidy. Let's see if he can improve on his lap. We've got loads of yellow flags. That's mostly just going to be for guys slowing down to get some space on the track. So he's up running through Sector 3. Well, about to go into Sector 3. Looking nice and tidy at the moment. Getting it turned in. Down towards the final corner now. This looks good. He only needs about 0.3 of a second to go on to pole position. But that's discounting if Blizzard improves, because he most likely probably will improve. Let's see. Odems comes to the line. Where can he go on his lap? He cannot improve. But he does improve. And he goes within 0.003 of a second of Julian. That is how close it is. Up front, 400 separate the top 3. Josh goes into 4th on a 125.9. That means a 10th separates the top 4 drivers.
Yeah, Julian also in a sandwich of VSR boys at the minute. But the Mercedes look pretty challenging. They're in 2nd and 5th. But the Saubers again, the VSR boys are Blizzard and Josh 1 and 4. Sauber are going to be ecstatic. Blizzard goes even faster.
25.7. He goes 1/10 of a second quicker than Julian. Julian is currently on a flying lap as well. So he's going to get a cheeky slipstream off of Odems here. It looks like, well, Odems not going to let him have it, actually. He's going to move out of the way to let him through. Just off the track there, compromising his own line to do it. Let's see. What can Julian do? Just got about a 10th and a half to find.
Yeah, and now one thing I want to talk to you about is obviously qualifying is very important, but around here there's a lot of overtaking opportunities, which is different to Australia. So do you think that some drivers will have that in mind, or do you think they'll just continuously just want to get the highest place in the grid and not really think about the opportunities they'll have in the race?
Well, every driver wants bragging rights. Really, they want to be the fastest. But yeah, you definitely got to be thinking. You can actually see how wide this track is. So they've also got to be thinking. It doesn't really matter if I'm down, let's say 9th, 10th. There's plenty of opportunities to overtake, like you said. So they will have that in the back of their mind. But it's racing drivers' instinct to go faster. So I think we're still going to see that mindset.
Yeah, obviously, I think if you're on the super softs, you have to try not to over push on your flying lap. Because if you over push, you get a bit more damage. That's going to slow you down at the beginning of the race. It's so close at the top though. The top 6 are all within 4/10.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, so we have, as you said, 3/10 separate. Yeah, you are correct. So we have about half a second separating the top 7 at the moment. So that's ridiculously close. I'm just looking at, I think Scuderia is Seb. I think he's on an in lap, I should say. So he's coming into the pits, and we'll have another small lull in qualifying, and then we will see the final pole position runs.
Now, obviously, we don't have access to the data here, but some of the drivers may be thinking, well, there's rain in the beginning of the next race, so maybe they're thinking that we don't know that. So maybe they will go on all 3 sets of supers tyres, but personally, when I'm driving, I always like to keep a fresh set of supers, just in case, like a safety car. But it seems that most of the drivers here, apart from those guys that were on the mediums to begin with, they're going to be using up all 3 of their sets.
Yeah, if it rains, I will die laughing, if I'm totally honest. We are in the middle of a desert in Bahrain. If it rains, I mean...
That's just the luck, isn't it, of these drivers? I mean, with the wet weather, though, we could see an emerging star in the wet weather. It's really interesting. We don't know who's going to be the better under wet weather. Maybe Wizards will struggle in the wet conditions.
Now, interestingly, we have Black Mama and Soyuza out on the soft tyres. So, like Australia, they could be potentially the perfect tyre to start the race on. But we shall see.
Yeah, just to update as well, Jesse goes 6th and gets himself even closer. He's only 17 hundredths, I think, away from Scuderia Seb. And then it's another 15 hundredths to VSR Josh, so it's very, very close in that 4th to 6th battle.
Yeah, that's 3/10 between the top 6. So it's very close.
It's ridiculous. But they're gonna. Is Jesse building up another run here? Do you think he's
Let's
gonna
have
box?
a look. He is definitely building up for a run. He's ground saving his ERS, I think, is what he's doing there.
I don't think that's a smart idea. I think if you're going to qualify on those tyres, your tyres will be shot by the time you start. He's definitely thinking. I think Jesse is gearing up for that 2-stop.
Now, let's see what Soyuza and Black Mamba can do on those soft tyres. They're coming through the final corner now. Black Mamba getting a cheeky, distant toe off of him here. Let's see what he can do. He needs to get himself up the grid. Here comes Soyuza. He goes 12th fastest. Black Mamba goes 13th fastest. So the soft tyre not really working for them. But maybe they can improve a little bit more. Let's see. Jesse into the pits. They've retired the 2 of those because they will not have time to come back out again. So now we got
Jesse have time? Is he literally planning to get in and get out and try and go for one more run? Has he screwed up his timing here? It's going to be a battle.
Yeah, he may. It's going to be really tight to get him out. So now the top, all the top guys apart from VSR Blizzard are currently out. We're just waiting for Blizzard to make an appearance on track. And here he comes now. So he is out on the track. So now the top 5 guys are out on the circuit. And this is going to be a really, really titanic battle for pole, because we have 0.3 of a second separating 6 drivers up here. Odems needs to find 0.003 of a second to improve to second, and he needs to find a 10.5 to go pole. So let's see what happens.
Who's going to go over the line first? I think it's Odems who's lining up to go over the circuit first. So I'll keep on board with him. I know that you cannot see my perspective, but just so I can keep an update on him, and then we'll go from there. I think Josh, he's behind Odems, but he's also behind Julian. There's a lot of Black Mamba's out of the session.
Yep, he has. Think just retired, and also Jesse did not make it out of the pit lane in time, so he has screwed up his timing a little bit there. So he's going to be vulnerable from the rest of the guys who are going to set their laps now. Do not take your eyes off the screen, is all I will say to you.
These boys are about to give you up a treat.
Yeah, Prestige tier doing bits here. Blizzard rounds the final corner to begin his lap. Julian is on his lap. Odems is on a lap. Josh is now on a lap. Scuderia Seb is getting a slipstream off of Blizzard as they run down towards turn 1. Seb actually popped in front of Josh there. So that was actually his lap right there. He pops in front of Josh by a margin of a couple of hundredths. So this is super close here.
Odems done a pretty clean lap so far. But yes, Scuderia
MLA
goes
25.6 takes pole. Let's see if Blizzard can respond to that one. That came out of nowhere from MLA right there. So he is now on provisional pole position. But still, we still have a titanic fight here between all of these guys. Julian on his way through Sector 3. Here comes Odems down towards the last corner. Can he put it on pole here in Bahrain for Red Bull? Here he comes towards the line. He's going to pop the DRS open. He's in 4th currently. What can he do to get to pole position? Can he do it? 2nd, he misses out by 700ths of a second. Let's see what the rest of them can do.
Here's Julian. Julian's going over the line. Julian's next.
Here comes Julian then.
What can Julian...
Ooh.
Julian pops up pole.
There it is.
Mercedes front row, but with still 2 salvos to go.
Here comes Blizzard.
Can Blizzard do it? Malloy goes 5th.
Malloy goes 5th. Josh can't improve. He goes 7th. Blizzard comes to the line. It's pole. 25.2. He pulls it out of the bag at the last moment. It's Blizzard on pole once again. He takes it by 4. It was actually 0.3 of a second in the end. Great lap. Great qualifying.
Blizzard. He pulls out of the bag, it seems, at the end of qualifying. But again, the Mercedes boys, 2nd and 3rd, they would have liked that front row lockout, but good for them. Odems this time, hopefully, he won't get interrupted mid-race like he was last week, so we could be seeing Odems in the battle. But what a qualifying.
As we'd expect.
Whew. We'll run down the list of the drivers and the standings in a second. For you guys.
So let's see. Yeah, 0.2 actually was all it was in the end. Blizzard takes pole from Julian, from MLA, from Odems, from Malloy, Scuderia Seb, Josh, Jesse, Kean, Retrick. So it was 0.8 between the top 9 drivers. Then further down the order, Retrix, Noek, Lewis only managed 12th. Elku in 13th, Wayne 14th, Black Mamba 15th, Soyuz is 16th, Bookster 17th, James Slater in 18th, and rounding out at the back of the grid is Tom in the Renault.
My biggest thing though, you said that Louis only qualified 12th, but he was on the soft tyre. So
True.
keep that in mind.
But he gets tyre choice anyway.
He does, so maybe that didn't pull off that he would have wanted, but I think he'll start on the soft on the medium compound tyre anyway.
Yeah, it's not raining, thankfully.
Is a titanic battle, no rain, but there could be some on the way. But it would be very confusing in the middle of this desert here in Bahrain.
Yeah.
But Hamilton rounding off the grid, you wouldn't have expected that.
No, I would have expected Tom to be a little bit further up the grid, but maybe he's got a strategy in mind. Maybe
he might be planning for a safety car, but we do know that the first corner here, it's quite a mess. It's the best way to say it. I got caught out there, I got squeezed between 2 cars earlier on when I was racing, so you can never count out first corner to cook us up some drama in the beginning of the race. I'm certainly interested to see what people's strategy though. I think that's going to be a huge part of it. But here we go for our formation. That Blizzard starting us off.
Yeah. So the run to the first corner is quite wide, but then it comes to a point, and it sort of narrows up towards the apex. So it's going to be a really interesting first corner. So let's have a look on the tyre strategy. Oh, that's boring. Top 10 super softs, rest of the grid softs. I was expecting a little bit more diversity, but everyone's avoiding the medium tyres.
Does this mean that,
oh dear, we've had a crash.
Jesse and Kian.
Oh, boys.
To be fair though, on the formation, lots of people can just brake test you out of nowhere. So we won't, be too disheartened about that. They can still race though. Here for those of you that were disqualified, they're still in the race. They can just no longer take place in the formation.
Yeah. So.
But beautiful lighting around the circuit. Codemasters done a really good job. I think they should capturing the beauty of Bahrain.
Yeah, and please don't get triggered that we don't say Bahrain. It's just really difficult to get the H in, because that is the actual pronunciation of the country is Bahrain.
It's not natural though. Well, it's not natural on my tongue. I've called it Bahrain for too long.
Well, if you speak Arabic, it would be a more natural sound. But
yes,
for us, it's just a bit weird.
Yes, unfortunately, I live in a little village called England, so I don't speak much Arabic. To Trex though here. Louis has been disqualified. No one else has been disqualified though, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
His part.
Blizzard doing a good job here to make sure the pack is nice and tight together, so he doesn't have to wait on the grid for as long. Because Tom is just coming through the last corner now. You'll just see him in the background, so we're going to get the 19 cars all in a nice straight line coming up towards the grid.
This is going to be a very interesting start. We also have a 50-50 split grid on tyre strategy, so it's going to be an interesting race as the cars get to their grid slots and they wait for those lights to turn on. Who's going to get the best start here? Blizzard on pole, but he's got two Mercedes, a Red Bull behind him.
Right, here we go then. We're going to wait for those lights and we're going to go to the start of this race. Here we go then to 5 red lights for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Blizzard gets a good start. Julian gets a good start. Tom has jumped the start in the back and he covers the Mercedes right off as he runs up towards turn 1. And it looks like he's going to hold on to that lead. Julian's going to try and go around the outside of the race leader. Finds the space on the outside. Switch to the inside. Let's see if he can pull this off. Blizzard's still holding it on the inside. It looks like he might hold on to this one. As we run down towards turn 4, they're still side by side. Here comes the Sauber and the Mercedes down towards turn 4. Looks like Blizzard's going to hold on to this one. Julian refuses to give up. He tries to go around the outside, but Blizzard holds on to that lead. Somehow, in the background, is there carnage? Doesn't look like it. Oh yes, there is. Lewis is in the wall hard. In the background, loses the front wing. But other than that, it looks like a really, really good start for the top 3.
Also, Wayne got squeezed out completely in the first corner. He's right at the back of the minute.
Yeah, I
don't see any damage on his part though, so I think he just got squeezed.
Great start from Tom, by the way. Even though he got a jump start. He's 13th after one lap and fighting with Sayuza for 12th. Other than that, let's see. We maybe have a few movers up here. Maybe between Retrix and Kian. No. Josh trying to get past Malloy. MLA's dropped. He's had a pretty terrible start, actually, from 3rd place on the grid. He's dropped 1.4 behind.
I think he's going to a position or 2. But
he is
as you said, Tom will be kicking himself. After quite a weird mistake by Tom. He looked pretty comfortable in Australia. And if he was going for a strategy starting from the back, that strategy is not blown for sure.
Yeah, great start from Julian. He really put the fight to Blizzard, just didn't really pay off for him. Let's look at Malloy. He's trying to go down the inside of MLA into turn 1 onto the brakes. Can he get this one done? He looks like he had to. He just had a bad camera angle there. Malloy does get through to 4th place.
Josh as well. Josh is going on the outside of MLA. MLA's on a really poor start.
Right, down towards turn 4. Let's see if Josh can pull it off. No, he's not the type to go for a big dive bomb, so we'll have to wait and see. But Julian keeping tabs with Blizzard at this point in time. They're all nicely separated by about 7/10 each, as Odems holds on as well. Just keep an eye out for Josh. Maybe he might pop it down the inside. Watch for any moves behind as well.
Ooh. Ooh! There's very big contact there.
Let's see. Jesse is looking like he wants to get past Josh as well. So he's going to be looking in his mirrors. Josh goes a little bit deep. Now, if DRS was enabled, he would have been in trouble there. So, lucky he gets away with it. All 19 drivers still running. Lewis, the casualty on lap 1, manages to keep the car intact, though. Apart from his front wing. But we still have 19 drivers running in this race after lap 1. So, everything seems to be going okay.
I don't know whether Josh got any wing damage. It certainly looked like he did clip MLA earlier on the lap. But right now, the MLA is at a weird start. It doesn't really look too punchy at the beginning of the race. And so far, I'd say Blizzard keeping it cool, keeping it tight, keeping it connected. It's all looking good for him.
Yeah. Come next lap, you can still see the entire field in one camera shot, pretty much here, as we run down. From, let's say, 4th down to 18th, you can see within one camera shot. Pretty ridiculous. Everybody's still nice and close together. Just going to see a move between Tom and Sayuza potentially. He had a little think about a move there. He might get done by Black Mamba here. So maybe trying to go side by side through the S section, but that's really difficult to do. So he's not going to be able to do so. Odems has just dropped outside DRS range of Julian, and Julian is within DRS range of our race leader Blizzard. So
yeah, Tom hasn't stopped yet, right?
No. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's a problem for Elku. Yeah, we've had a spinner. That is Elku. Looks like he doesn't have any wing damage. Looks like it's just a spin, but he's got it going again. And Sayuza has just got passed by Wayne round the outside of that corner there. That's difficult to do, so a nice move there. Let's see if Josh can do it on MLA this time. And but Sayuza looks like he's got himself in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, he's spun. He's been into the wall. Right there. Lost his the entirety of his front wing, so it's gone horribly wrong for him. Now, watch this slipstream train as we go towards turn 1. Let's see if Josh can get it done on MLA, but of course MLA has got DRS as well of Malloy. So this is going to be kind of tough for him to get past.
Jesse's also in the fight as well, but so far it looks like Josh might be siding up a move soon. He's thinking about it, but then
gets not really close up to him in turn 4 there, but just can't find the room. Julian still nice and close to the back of Blizzard. Let's see if he can mount a move on him potentially. Odems is just falling away a little bit now. Oh, Josh had a little pop at MLA there, just couldn't find the space.
I mean, without being mean to Odems, he had a really poor start to the Australian Grand Prix last time, really got going as late on the race, but he just seems to be dropping off the pace here with these top 2 boys. Just to remind you as well, Sayuza has left the game, so he's out of the race. Clearly not happy with this incident, but he left the game, but he did not retire. So it looks like Sayuza is out of this race as far as the points finish is concerned.
Yep, so definitely unlike last week, Blizzard is not running away with this one by any stretch of the imagination. As you can see, Julian is keeping tabs with Blizzard, and if he can get the run out of the last corner, may have a think about a pop at him, because the slipstream is very effective here. DRS pops open on the Mercedes. He's not going to have a move on this time, but he will get nice and close to him as they run up towards turn 1. Let's look in the background as MLA mounts a move on Malloy. They may go 3 wide as Josh gets involved as well, but he just can't find the room. Here comes Josh to get around the outside of Malloy. Can he get that one done? He'd have to have the inside line for the next corner, and yes, he does get that one done. So nice and opportunistic driving from Josh there. Let's see.
Jesse as well.
Watch out for Jesse as well, making the move on Malloy. So Malloy is the big loser in that one. He loses 2 positions in the space of a couple of corners, and Retrix might get himself involved as well, and Noex right there as well. So this is
Malloy has dropped from, I think, 5th to 7th.
Back up front for a moment. Look how close Julian is this time for the race lead.
Here.
This is the DRS section as well. Watch for the run. Can he get the run? He might not have it this time, but if he keeps it nice and clean through sector 3, he may have a move on into turn 1. And he moves on between these guys. Doesn't look like it. They're all in a DRS train and DRS stalemate pretty much. keep an eye up front because this is super close for the race lead.
I think this time's going to be a lot closer going down that back straight, and I'm going to be honest here, I think Julian may not have moved.
Julian's already closing on him, look at this.
He might not have moved down here.
Oh, this is clever from Blizzard. Blizzard might get DRS on him now. So let's see.
Oh, Blizzard on look. I don't know.
No, he doesn't. Oh, that's super close. Blizzard tries to pull out of the DRS, but he can't quite find the room. Julian has got DRS. Let's see if Blizzard can maybe mount a move. Julian goes defensive into turn 1, and here comes Blizzard late on the brakes, trying to go around the outside of the Mercedes. Just can't find the room. Gets a bit sideways, and Josh as well on the inside of MLA, or the outside of MLA, so to say, gets a little bit shoved off. And Jesse tries to get involved, and Josh loses the back end on the way out. Jesse might have a move on here. Doesn't look like he's close enough. Further down the order, you can see Black Mamba, Retrix going side by side as well down towards turn 4. Black Mamba's going to get that move done, it looks like, on the inside. Retrix tries to fight on the outside, but doesn't find the grip on those slightly worn super softs. But Julian takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix and has already pulled 9/10 of a second over Blizzard.
Yeah, as Retrix made a mistake because he's now behind the 2 Ferraris, which he wasn't originally.
Yeah, he must have done, because he lost position to Black Mamba as well, so...
Here goes Josh and MLA this time. Keep your eyes on this one.
Yeah, let's see.
Going through this very difficult corner now.
Josh getting sideways.
Speaking of going sideways, a lot of cars can go sideways through here if you get on the long line. Blizzard, though, dropping off to Julian a little bit. He's still there, but he's not quite there, close enough to mount a move.
I'm going to keep an eye up front as well, because Blizzard, he's going to have DRS, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. So, definitely going to keep an eye on MLA, Josh, Jesse, Noek, Black Mamba, all of these guys. This is going to get a little bit spicy here. MLA is going to be super vulnerable. So let's see, Josh comes towards turn 1, surely going to have a pop on the brakes here into turn 1. Yes, he is. Down the inside goes Josh on the Mercedes. But MLA does not give that one up and holds it on the inside line. But Josh needs to run that in turn 3. And these guys are catching Odems rapidly, as you can see.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. This is ridiculous. Josh has gone from qualifying 7th, I think, to having a chance at a podium finish.
Yeah.
From lap 7 in this race. This race is going by really quickly, but it's been exciting, to say the least, as Blizzard is still keeping with Julian, but again, still not close enough to not move. Jesse is in there as well with these 4. Here come the DRS train again. This time it's going to be Odems that may be a little bit under threat.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Noah getting himself involved as well. And remember, these 2 Ferraris are on the soft tyres. So these guys are in a good position here. These guys are actually technically in the fight for the podium too. Let's see what Noah can do, himself and Black Mamba. And they're right there. Odems has had a problem. Look, he's pulled right off the circuit here, and he's let all these guys straight through. And look at Noek trying to go around the outside last corner. Let's see, he's going to get the cut back on Jesse. Odems straight down the inside. He's going for the pit lane surely here. Jesse, look at Jesse's pulling into the pit lane. Noek is going to take 4th away, it looks like, and look like Black Mamba's going to try as well. Josh going to maybe have a look at MLA into turn 1, but watch the 2 Ferraris in the background. Maybe going to have a move on. Black Mamba goes, oh, he misses his teammate by an inch. Almost smashes into the back of him. So this is getting a little bit tasty here. Blizzard has come into the pit lane for a stop. He's gone to the mediums, interestingly. So he's gone for some different strategy to others, as others have gone for the soft tyre. Odems onto the mediums. So interesting strategies here, but Josh still right with MLA.
Ooh, on the exit, Malloy. Jesse and Odems. Oh, Jesse's gone.
Oh, Jesse has lost it.
Jesse. Malloy took out Malloy in his contact with Jesse.
Watch Odems on Malloy. Can he get it done down the inside? Yes, it looks like he can.
Ooh,
yes.
Contact. Now you got to think Julian will box this lap. Oh, now we got Noah on VSR Josh.
Noah on Josh, actually. Yeah, let's go back to that. And looks like is he ahead? Yes, he's gone around the outside. He has got that one done. So Noah is into 3rd and is now closing up to MLA. This is for P2 in this race. Now these guys have yet to stop, and look at Black Mamba on Josh as well in the background. And I think he's got that one done.
You can tell the super softs are starting to wear now for these boys.
Yeah, they are. Julian is into the pit lane. So Noek and Black Mamba are going to go 1-2 in this race. It looks like MLA stays out because he will get the double stop. So watch for Noek. He's going to take the net race lead. Here we go. It's going to be no contest whatsoever from MLA. Into the lead goes Noek. Can Black Mamba follow him? Not quite. So Noek takes the lead in the Ferrari. Now watch for Julian. Where's he going to come out?
I'm keeping my eyes on Blizzard. Waiting to see. Is Blizzard?
Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight on the exit. Julian's going to get in front just about.
He's managed. But those cold tyres.
Watch for Blizzard on the exit. Here he comes. Blizzard on the exit. Can he get it done? He gets run out to the edge of the track. And now side by side for the net race lead. Here comes Blizzard around the outside of Julian. Julian's on cold tyres. They make contact. And Blizzard has gone around the outside to take the net race lead once again. What a move from Blizzard. He's got it done.
Retracts had to go off the circuit there. Don't know what happened to him. But he had to let the other guys through.
Yeah, Retrix went off the circuit there.
Poor Jesse, though. Poor Jesse. He was in a really good fight.
Oh, Malloy's off. Oh, there's going to be contact there. That was close between himself and Seb. But, yeah, Josh lost a bit of time there in the stops. He's come out quite a ways behind these guys. I just see Tom mounting a move on Retrix for 10th, and he's got that one done. Up front as well, Black Mamba now past MLA, as MLA is probably going to come into the pit lane because his tyres are done. And it's now a Ferrari 1-2 in Bahrain.
Where will MLA come out though? He was well in the back. He's a bit behind the other lads, so I think he will come out behind both Blizzard and Julian. However, podium's still on the cards, perhaps, so this man.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye on where MLA comes out. He's going to come out right with Odems, actually. Odems going to get in front of him. But watch for Jesse now. Jesse is going to be the big loser there because of his spin. MLA goes really deep, though. And Jesse might go around the outside of him here. And he does. So, Jesse gets in front of him. Nice move there from Jesse.
Malloy and Scuderia Seb are going at it right now. But to talk to you about Malloy, he not doing too great. He made a mistake in Australia. Also, why is VSR Josh standing 14th?
I think he had a bit of a mare, it looks like, with the stops or traffic or something.
He is right down there after having such a great start that he's got to be kicking himself.
But yeah, Noek still in the lead of this race by 1.5 seconds over Black Mamba. These guys are on the soft tyres, remember. And so all the top 6, they all started on their soft tyres. James Slater, Wayne, Boogster, Elku. And the net race lead is VSR Blizzard, who's now 1.4 seconds ahead of Julian. But as we know, Blizzard is really quick in the opening phase of a stint, but then falls away. So Julian is definitely not down and out.
Yeah, Malloy made a mistake in Australia, makes a mistake today. He's had a really good chance for some good points this season, and he's thrown them away in both Grand Prix so far.
Yep. Let's just keep an eye. James Slater looking like he wants to get past Wayne here. So let's see if he can maybe do that in the later DRS section. Scuderia Seb on MLA. Looks like Scuderia Seb down the inside of MLA, and that's a real spanner in the works for him. So
I don't know whether he got a glitch, but it's telling me Wayne's in the lead at the minute. I know he's not, but it's telling me Wayne is in the lead. I think not. It's a glitch with my spectator menu.
MLA trying to come back around the outside of Scuderia Seb. It's a nice tasty little battle here for P12. Lovely helicopter shots as they go through the S section. MLA goes around the outside of Scuderia Seb and he gets that move done. So really nice helicopter shots showing us all the scale of that battle.
It's definitely the traffic's played a big part in this race. It's played a major part, and I think it's playing into the hands of the Ferraris.
Yeah, definitely so.
When would you say their pit window is for those two Ferraris on those soft tyres?
I'd give a guess around lap. I'd give a guess around lap 15, maybe. That they're going to be coming in around half distance. So let's see if they can.
Blizzard has Elku next, and so does Julian. And apart from that, they haven't really got much traffic. So all Blizzard and Julian need to do is just keep putting in some really good lap times, and hopefully they can stick with those Ferraris.
Yes. So, we should take this time to give a shout out to the all the race premium drivers helping to make F1 TS Sub the best possible league that it can be. So of course we have MLA, Odems, Josh, Kean, Booster and Malloy, all race premium drivers. So we'll give them an old shout out there for giving up their hard-earned cash to make F1 TS Sub the best place it possibly can be.
And speaking of the best in F1 TS Sub, you're watching it right now, the Prestige tier. We stream every Friday at 9 PM. There's also 2 other tiers, the Podium tier and the Pinnacle tier, which stream at 7 and 8 PM respectively. Always Blizzard makes a little mistake there on the exit. This could make him a little bit vulnerable to Julian, but not likely. Julian is kind of dropping off Blizzard in the opening part of the lap and gaining in the second half of the lap. But
yeah,
he's dropping off.
But yeah, no sign of the Ferraris making any sort of dive into the pit lane yet. Those tyres still look pretty good on no X. Oh, actually, I say that. Black Mamba into the pit lane. This is going to be for a set of mediums, it looks like, for him.
He's doing the one stop.
He's doing the one stop, so... And it's going to be a 5-second stop go, it looks like, because he was held for quite a while. Or maybe he was just waiting for another car to come through. But where is Mamba going to come out? Blizzard goes through, Julian goes through. Tom is still running around after starting on his soft tyres. He's going to come out in front. Odems comes down in front of him. Actually, it's a little bit tight with Odems. Actually, himself and Black Mamba. VSR Josh sets the fastest lap of the race on the mediums. He's down in P12. As Elku came in to release Blizzard, who's now 5 seconds behind Bookster up the road. But yeah, Noek, in and around 15 seconds clear of Julian, so might take this opportunity to come into the pit lane.
Yeah, I think Noek has to. They're losing. Oh, Noek loses it.
That was close.
I think that's a sign that his tyres might be wearing.
And Julian's within DRS range of Blizzard as well. Just as we were saying that, he's now within DRS range.
This is getting close again. The Ferraris, who we thought it was playing in their hands, are still quite far behind. I mean, they will have fresh and medium compounds. Oh, Blizzard makes a mistake. It's going to be interesting now to see what their Ferraris can get.
In comes Noek from the race lead. So, definitely the one stop for them. Onto the mediums. Now,
will Bookster also join? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. So,
Bookster
Blizzard
joins.
will take the lead. But now, Julian's within DRS range. So, let's see where Noek's going to come out. He's going to come out, obviously, behind Blizzard and Julian. Where is he going to come out relative to his teammate is the question. Tom comes in. So he's going to come out right with Odems. Let's see where Noek, he's going to be on the inside, and I think he might have just jumped Odems. Odems still holding it on the inside, shoves it down the inside, has to take off the road, and Odems just about stays in front.
Black Mamba.
And
I think lost out a little bit there in the stops.
Just a little bit, yeah.
But right now, Julian and Blizzard. The battle is on. VSR Josh just getting his way back to the pack now in P9, but still disappointing day for him. But right now, the battle's at the front. Yes. Here we go. DRS open for Josh. No, Julian, sorry. Can Julian get the speed? You can see that Blizzard, I believe, is power saving down that back straight.
I think we might be about to see a swap between the Ferrari teammates, because all of a sudden Black Mamba's right on the back of Noah. I think Noah had a moment, but we'll keep an eye on the battle for the race lead. No penalties involved this time, unlike last week.
Yeah, and the two Ferraris are going side by side. No, it's a oh!
Here comes Julian to the outside. He's going to have to wait. It's going to be cleverer if he waits, and this is going to be just an easy move for him in the DRS. Let's see what he can do. Looks like Lewis has had a problem. Late move from Blizzard to defend that position, and it looks like it's just going to be a no contest for him, but he's going to go late on the brakes, potentially come back down the inside of Julian, which he does. Julian leaves the space. Blizzard tries to come back, and Julian looks like he's holding on, but Blizzard refuses to give up, and Blizzard is now on the inside as we run down towards turn 4. We're on board of them as we run down towards turn 4. Now Julian going to try and hang it around the outside like he tried to do in lap 1, but he just can't do it, and Blizzard somehow holds on to that one.
Yeah, Odems can have a sigh of relief there because the two Ferraris have dropped off a little bit. But this fight doesn't stop.
We still have, we're at half distance in this race. So we still have another 15 laps of this.
And unless there's a major issue, none of them should stop again. So this is a battle for the rest of the race here. Unfortunately though, Louis, he did make a mistake. He's done. But there's a battle for first, there's a battle for third between the two Ferraris. So I've rapidly capped. Jesse has somehow got himself back into 6th position. Good job by Jesse. He did get taken out by Malloy earlier on in the race. So good stuff by Jesse. But right now we're focusing on the battles for first and third.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
I do have to say though, the Ferraris have pulled off actually a masterclass strategy. They're pretty much in the fight for third at this point. So it's a really good job. But here comes Julian once again. He's a little bit further back, but with the DRS. Blizzard moves to the inside to defend. Julian to the outside. Once again, late on the brakes. Noack, fastest lap in the background. Julian tries to go around the outside, gets a little bit shoved from Blizzard, and Blizzard tries to do the same thing. It's a mirror image of last lap. Blizzard's going to have that inside line. Julian's going to try and now drag him towards turn 4. Blizzard's still there on the inside. Julian has a little bit more space to work with, and still no way through for Julian.
I think Julian, if you're looking at what's going on, I think Julian has to fight for that inside line at the start of next lap. He keeps going for that outside run, and that just gives Blizzard that drive to that corner going into sector 2. And I think that's why Julian's missing out. I think he just needs to get the line that Blizzard's running. But the battle still continues here, but the Ferraris, especially Noack, are right on the back of Odems now.
Yeah, these guys have come from, let's see, they've come from outside the top 10, about 13th and 15th, to now be fighting for the podium. So that's really impressive driving from Noack and Black Mamba. Excellent job from them.
Fast. They could even fight for the win later on in the race. There's still 13 laps to go. The faster they dispose of Odems, the faster they can get to this fight here and make it a 4-way duel.
In the desert.
In the desert.
So we have the duel in the desert already, but let's make it a quadruple fight in the desert. So let's see if Julian can mount a move again this time. He will have DRS, but he needs to try something different. He needs the inside line for turn 1 to try and put Blizzard off. He's going to maybe have to put a dummy on him here as we run on towards turn 1. Is he close enough this time? Will he pop a little late dive bomb? Yes, he's coming from a long way back, and Blizzard sees it coming, but Julian just can't find it. And Noack has got past Odems. He's trying on the outside. Odems goes a little bit deep, holds on. Keeping an eye up front as Julian tries to go around the outside once again. Here comes Julian, surely this time Blizzard still refuses stubbornly to give up. Noack around the outside, he's trying to do the same thing, but he just can't do it this time. So difficult to keep up with what's going on here.
I think we just need to have a break. You know, I know the drivers have a good time, but I think our voices are going to go by the end of this.
Yeah, so we have a three-way fight. We have a 3-way fight for third and a 2-way fight for the lead.
Give us a break, lads. As Noack again is coming right to the back of Odems. Odems doing a really good defensive job. Julian's dropped off a bit. I think we can focus on the battle for third a little bit now.
Yeah, because the more these guys, the guys up front fight, these guys are closing in. So, yeah, Julian just kind of closing off a little bit. Maybe he's just going to back off for a little while, save his energy, and then have another attack at him.
Oh, Julian's outside the DRS.
Yeah, so maybe he's just going to control his pace here a little bit, but now Noack surely going to have Odems this time. But he's got to keep an eye on his teammate who's just behind as well. But yeah, here comes Noack now on Odems. Gonna pull to the inside, he's gonna try and find the room, but there's no room. Odems defends that really well. Julian to the outside, Noack to the outside this time. Gets the switch back this time. Cleverly done from Noack, but still, Odems mounts on a brilliant defense. Noack gets a little bit sideways. Out of turn 3, run up towards turn 4. Can he get it done this time? He's not close. There's a massive dive bomb down the inside, but no way through at all. But Black Mamba makes it this time, so now he's up behind his teammate.
And now it's the charge for Julian. I think Julian gave it everything he could. I think he may have run out of ERS there on Blizzard. I think
he backed off to save it up, because now he's closing up again. So it was actually a little bit tactical.
Black Mamba. They're going to be catching as well. You feel good job by Odems, but he just didn't have the pace this evening.
Yeah, Black Mamba, he didn't race in Australia, and now he's fighting with his teammate for 3rd position. And you said Julian was off the pace. He's now back within DRS range, as I said, back up saving his ERS. So this fight's not over. And let's keep an eye.
Speaking of ERS deploy, Noek has got not a lot left.
And Black Mamba has got absolutely loads. So it's going to be no contact. I don't think Noek's going to put up too much of a fight really versus his teammate. So here we go. The 2 Ferrari teammates probably about to make a switch here for 3rd place or not. Let's see.
Nope.
Nope. Black Mamba holds back. Doesn't want to try anything stupid.
I think they can really do themselves a favour. I think Noek and Black Mamba can really use each other to get further further upfield. However, it feels like Noek is losing out to the top 2 now, as they're reaching back markers, but it's Sayuza's car that is ghosted, so no worries yet.
Yeah. So.
Oh, it's getting close again to the top.
It is definitely getting close again. Blizzard's been saving his ERS as well, so these 2 guys are playing a really tactical game here. They're throwing punches back and forth.
It's certainly not a race you want to miss here at F1 TS Hub. Please do subscribe to the channel, comment down below your thoughts on this evening's race, and please do follow us on Twitter at F1 TS Hub. If you guys want to join the league, just go on the website, and also become a race premium driver. It really helps the league out. There are a few race premium drivers here who genuinely help the league out here, and we just thank everyone that puts their money into this league and makes it the best it can possibly be.
Absolutely. So 10 laps to go in Bahrain. Julian within DRS range of Blizzard now. He's too far back here, but he'll certainly have a chance in the coming laps. Just keep an eye on that battle in the background as well. You'll see the 2 Ferraris and the Red Bull, as well as Odems is definitely not giving up here.
He's catching.
Odems
is catching.
He is catching, and Julian's within about half a second of Blizzard now. So don't take your eyes off the screen.
9 laps to go, guys.
Yeah, Wayne and Josh are having a fight here as well. They've been fighting for the past couple of laps, and I don't know really what happened to Josh. He really lost out in the pit stops.
I think it might be an issue, but I think the Ferraris can only get 3rd now.
Yeah, they're 5.8 behind our leaders, and Julian is right with Blizzard now.
The strategy's looking good, but Blizzard, he still feels a step ahead of Julian. He's still got more ERS coins.
Yeah, so Blizzard, he lost the race on track last time, but he took the race win, but there's no penalties involved this time.
Nope. Jesse and Malay are getting quite close.
And Black Mamba and Noek are really close as well, but I think we're about to see some on-track action for the race lead with 9 laps left in this race. Julian gets nice up and close to Blizzard as we run down towards turn 1. He will have the DRS. He'll have overtake mode engaged. Here we go for the race lead. Blizzard's going to defend that inside line really hard, and Julian knows he needs that line, but here he goes to the outside. Blizzard's going to go late on the brakes as he has done in the previous times, but they make contact, and Julian gets run out really wide. And Black Mamba finally makes the move past his teammate. Let's see if they can. Maybe an Odems goes from a mile back to try and take away Noek, and he does take Noek. So Noek loses out massively there.
Black Mamba now the leading Ferrari.
And let's see if they can catch the guys up front.
Especially Black Mamba. He seems the faster of the 2 Ferraris. He's been finally unleashed.
Yeah, they're really flying, can I just say. They're now 4.8 behind our leaders. And again, Julian dropping back a little bit.
Yes, I assume.
But Blizzard, he's driving really tactically. And you can see Julian trying to get some heat in the tyres while weaving down the straight. But yeah, Blizzard, he knows exactly what Julian needs. He needs the inside line for turn 1, and Blizzard goes right up against the pit wall, so he's absolutely no chance of getting the line. So, clever driving.
Yeah, I think Black Mamba, he's catching. He's not catching by much, but he's catching. And if we do see, we are seeing a little bit of a period now here where Julian's dropping off, but as we can see, as we know, he will come back fighting with a vengeance.
Let's see if Noah can get back past Odems. Because Odems does not have DRS off of Black Mamba, who's pulled a little bit ahead, and you can see Julian drops back a little bit to save a bit more ERS and mount an attack.
Jesse's in.
Jesse is in. Now he's done 14 laps on those soft tyres. So let's see, he's going to have another run on the soft tyres. Wayne and Josh are still fighting here for 7th place. I'm fighting for a hell of a lot of laps. And just Booster making a move on LQ. Let's see if he can get that one done. Gives the space. And LQ is into 10th.
I can't see Wayne. Wayne's glitching on mine spectator menu. It says he's in sector 3 and he's winning the race at the minute, so Wayne's glitched for me.
He's currently P7, so...
It says he's P1 for me, but I know that's not the case.
Yeah.
F1 2018, not without its glitches and faults, but overall it was a great game.
Just keep an eye on that, what these guys are doing. For some reason, Blizzard is running around in hot lap mode to try and keep in front of Julian. Julian's back here kind of saving his ERS a little bit. So it's interesting uses of the ERS here.
Well, Julian knows he's still got 7 laps to go.
Yeah, so maybe he's holding back a little bit here.
However, there is a Black Mamba who is catching.
Yeah.
Black Mamba here, if he puts in a few good laps, he'll be right on the back of these two.
Yeah, he was 4.7 behind last lap. He's now 4.1 seconds behind. It might be tight. He kind of needs the top two to start fighting again. But it might be... I don't know if Julian's going to have...
on track right now.
I don't know if Julian's got it in him to catch Blizzard again.
I think this is a strategy when it comes to Julian.
Yeah, anyway. Noek unable to find a way past Odems.
3.9 now for Black Mamba.
He's catching very quickly. So, well, of course, that's the gap to Julian, who's about 1.1 behind Blizzard.
Yeah, Julian's beginning to mount an attack on Blizzard as well. Maybe trying to get in the DRS range for this lap, if possible.
But again, Blizzard's got more ERS than him. So...
I don't know what Julian's thoughts are about this. I think he should really have been going for whatever he could have got. I think Julian may have just run out of laps here, but Noak is beginning to close on Odems.
Yeah, and the gap now is 3.6 seconds. And see,
Black Mamba surely.
Yeah, his tires are about 5 laps younger than the guys up front. Now, is there just enough laps left? There might not quite be.
He's catching at a rapid rate. I'd say there is.
Julian almost back within DRS range now, and he is back within DRS range.
Also, Noak
on Odems. See if he can try and get past here. Odems, his tires are almost 6 laps older than Noek's tires. Let's see if Noek can maybe get a 4th place.
Black Mamba's catching.
He definitely is, 3.5.
Although Julian's been catching Blizzard, so he's still catching at the same rate he was.
Sector 2, we've got a yellow flag.
Josh, it's
Josh.
More nightmare for Josh.
Oh,
more nightmare for Josh.
He's been in the wall, lost all of his front wing. What a shame.
Nowhere on Odems.
Oh, we got another car off. We got Wayne off as well momentarily.
Not on my screen. These are like Sunday drive on my screen.
Back to the front. Here we go. Lap 25, we're about to go into 20. And Julian was wide out of the last corner. That's going to compromise him a little bit down towards turn 1, I would reckon. But we're definitely probably going to see a move between Noek and Odems here. Just going to try and switch between these. I think Josh has spun again. As we look on board, no, he's just going slowly. But Noek on the outside of Odems towards turn 1 and covers him off on the inside. It's almost like a little slap across the face from Nowak. Can he get this move done? Yes, he can. He's into 4th place. He's finally made the move. He needs to go defensive versus Odems now. And Odems is probably going to go late on the brakes, try to go around the outside, but can he find the room? He gets into the back of Nowak a little bit, but Nowak, I think, is going to hold on to that one, keeping an eye on the front.
If the front are battling, that's just going to make Black Mamba more happy. He's still catching them.
He is catching them. Oldham's back past Nowak. There's contact between them. But Nowak back past, yeah, and gap now 3.5, and you can see him now in the background. There's the Ferrari of Black Mamba. As these guys battle, this could turn into a 3-way battle for the race lead in the dying laps. We're going to have 4 laps to go next time by. Do not take your eyes away from the screen.
And also, you've got to feel that Blizzard is very good at defending here, which will slow down the race, which in turn will just help out Black Mamba even more.
You got to remember, Black Mamba's got to get past them as well. So,
a 3-way fight, though. I think Black Mamba will say, "Oh yes, please."
4 laps to go. Blizzard is going to do what he needs to do, and it looks like Julian's got a DRS failure.
Oh no.
He's got a DRS failure down the main straight. You could just see the DRS was not popping open for him. He's still closed up, and he may have a go into turn 4. Watch as he goes towards turn 4. Blizzard defends the inside, Julian to the outside. He's tried this about 4 or 5 times now. Julian around the outside. We get the helicopter shots to try and see if he can maybe get it done. He finds the room on the outside. Can he do it around the outside of the S section? No, he can't. Blizzard finds the room and takes him, but there's contact between them, and Julian has lost a bit of his front wing. What a disaster!
Black Mamba's caught right out. Black Mamba's caught right up.
Blizzard lost the rear end, and Julian got a slap across the front nose cone from Blizzard. And look at the damage on that car, and look at Black Mamba. He's within 1.6 seconds of the race lead.
I mean, also look at Nowak. Nowak isn't that far back either.
No, he's not. But Julian, I think that's going to be curtains. Unfortunately, yeah, he's dropping back, and Blizzard is spun. Blizzard spun.
No!
Blizzard
Can you believe it?
You cannot make this up, ladies and gentlemen. Blizzard spins from the race lead, and now Black Mamba may take the race lead from a broken front wing. Oh my lord! You can't.
They might get 1-2 still.
This might be a 1-2 for Ferrari. Yet they started in 13th and 15th respectively. Let's see, what a race. Lap 27 to 29, Black Mamba is going to try and come and take the lead from Julian. He knows he doesn't need to fight too hard because Julian's got some front wing damage on the left-hand side. And Blizzard is in. What a disaster. He's got a puncture, I think, on one of the tyres. I think he punctured. Here comes Black Mamba, trying to come to the outside, but Julian defending really well. Watch for Black Mamba with the cutback, and it's going to be the race lead. It looks like Julian's going to fight it with every ounce of his might, but no way. Black Mamba takes the race lead in the Bahrain Grand Prix.
That is gone. That flipped completely.
Black Mamba has come from 15th on the grid to the race lead. Unbelievable scenes here in Bahrain. My lord. Blizzard now outside the points in P12.
Hamilton and Bugster going at it.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, Bugster and Alku.
You just can't make it up. You could not write that.
No, and Nowak is catching Julian with a few laps to go. The battle was on.
Yeah, we're about to go on to lap 28 of 29. The race has flipped on its head completely. Blizzard coming through turn 11, punctures his rear, I think, and spun it, or may have just got on the curb.
Yeah, that corner's quite difficult. Oh, if Odens hasn't dropped off, he'll be kicking himself that he's dropped off.
Yeah, he could have been right in the fight.
For a podium.
If he kept with the Ferraris, how different it could have been for him.
Julian obviously thinking he can still get something out of this race, which is completely true. However, the race win's done unless penalties get involved. But I don't think there's been any penalties apart from the jump start by Tom.
Yeah, I think Blizzard may still get points. He's now caught right up to Elku and Bookster. So he may still grab a point or two here.
How good is Julian's defending? That is the question.
I don't think he's going to have any answer to Noek. And we may be about to see the craziest results
I'm going to say
ever.
F1 kiss of victory. Yeah.
Ever.
Nobody would have predicted that.
Not at all. Here comes Noek to try and take away second place from Julian. Julian should still have a podium here nonetheless. Popping it down the inside goes Noek.
Go for it.
And into second place, Ferrari 1-2 in Bahrain.
I think that's game over, but Julian, you know, he won't give up. He's going to get DRS.
Oh, he's going to hit him again.
Mistake there. Julian's got DRS and here in Slipstream. He's going to give it everything he's got.
We're on the last lap in Bahrain. Fight for second is not over. Here comes Julian to try and take it back. Comes to the outside. He couldn't do it against Blizzard. Let's see if he can do it against Noek. Noek going to hold it on the inside. And let's see if he can do that. He's got much fresher tyres and he's through. And I think that should be it.
That's curtains.
And
unfortunately, I don't think there's that many ons. Oh, Blizzard has got past both Bookster. And now he's probably going to try, but it's going to need to know about to chase down Hamilton. However, he is on much fresher, super soft tyres. And Blizzard, he'll be raging at himself, I think.
What an absolutely insane race. Let's have a look, right? Black Mamba started 15th on the grid, he's now in the race lead. Noek started 11th, he's now in P2.
You can't write this, you cannot write this.
Blizzard spins the car, punctures. Julian, through no fault of his own, got wing damage. It was actually off Blizzard he got wing damage. MLA now actually gets past Odems, who's now got a puncture. Odems got a puncture on the rear right. Disaster for Odems.
Oh no. James Slater, he's near Odems.
But keeping an eye at the front, rounding the final corner. Who could have predicted this? Black Mamba wins the Bahrain Grand Prix for Ferrari. Noek finishes in P2. You could not write that script for a movie, never mind a league race. Julian finishes P3. MLA. Oh, Odems has crashed, I think. It looks like he may have crashed.
Yeah,
MLA is out. Elku's crashed as well. Wayne comes across to finish it in P5. James Slater in P6. Going to be a great drive from Tom, actually. He's going to come from last on the grid to 7th and just hold off Blizzard, who finishes P8 after that. Booster finishes in P9, and rounding out the points paying position is going to be Scuderia Seb, followed by Jesse, followed by Kian, who's going to take P12. Then we're going to have Retrix come across the line in P13, Malloy P14. And we still have a fight between Lewis and Josh here. Look at this. Between these two. This is for 15th on the grid. Josh and Lewis, for pride's sake, see if who can pull it off. There's a little bit of a bit of carbon fibre flying there. Lewis, they're going to weave to the line. Careful not to crash, boys. Lewis comes across the line in 15th. Josh is going to come across in 16th.
He did crash after he crossed the line. But Josh and Louis, people that were in the fight at Australia, were completely out of the fight.
Yeah, Lewis won the race on track in Australia and was nowhere really in Bahrain. But look at that, a Ferrari 1-2 in Bahrain with a Blizzard choke and spinning it on the curb. Julian,
I'd say
Julian getting wing damage, and I mean it's an all-German podium, as you can see there. So the German domination. Who could have made that up? Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I'll quickly run down the finishing order. So Black Mamba gets the victory from 15th on the grid, no less. His teammate Noak, no less impressive, from 11th. He did a really good job as well to come second. Julian, what could have been? MLA gets 4th. This is Wayne 5th. James Slater 6th. Hamilton 7th. Blizzard 8th. Bookster 9th. Scuderia Seb 10th. That's rounding off the points. Outside the points, Jesse 11th. Kian 12th, Retrix 13th, Malloy 14th, Louis 15th, Josh 16th, Elku, Marquez's, otherwise Odems, Sayuza are the people that didn't finish. But who would be your driver of the day if you had to pick?
It has to be Black Mamba. There's just no contest there. 15th to 1st. It's between Black Mamba and Nowak. I would also nominate James Slater and Hamilton, who were on the last row of the grid, to come 6th and 7th. So there's a lot of people who can challenge for driver of the day today.
Yeah, it's like what I said, qualifying doesn't really matter around the circuit. But thank you guys all so much for joining us.
Yeah, nothing really else we can say. And then, oh God, what a race. We shall see you next time out in China. So we'll hope you...
Shanghai.
Let's hope we have a race like that again. So thank you so much for joining us in the F1 TSUB Season 12 Prestige Tier. This is as good as you're going to get with racing, as you just saw right there. So
good luck topping that, boys.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you at the same time next week in China.
Bye.
Good night.